Hello everybody, welcome back to our video on Untitled 4. Well, hold on. Intro, better. Intro, fucking hell. Welcome back to Untitled 4, new series on Kaiserreich, because the last series obviously ended with the conquest of Ukraine and all that fun stuff. And now we are here in the Kaiserreich mod once more, and we will be playing as a new nation. It still will be, this time it will be a little bit of a bigger nation than just Romania, because Romania, sure, they have a great focus tree. I absolutely love the hell of it, but as soon as you like conquer Hungary and like Austria-Hungary and those parts of Ukraine and Bulgaria, the game is like, well, you've got your shit. Like, that's what Iron Romania was meant to be in the first place, the Titan of the Balkans. And yeah, once you've done that, the focus tree just ends really with like the Great Romania and extra research slots thingies. Then you can make your own path. But I think it's really a lot more fun to play with events, that you actually have like events or like just focus trees in general. So you have like these little texts to read. I really like reading the events and shit. Also, like, focus trees have their separate texts. I always try to read those. And also, like, it's more, you know, you're doing something lore friendly or something that is possible in the lore of the game. Now, we will be playing, if you stop right there, you could have seen the, well, I had saved there, and that is the nation we're also going to be playing as. But whatever. I don't know where I've read this before. The year of 1936 is a turning point in the history of the world, a time of both great opportunity and great danger. Tensions between the German Empire and the Commune of France are growing. Russia and the USA are increasingly unstable, and the old empires of Austria and the Ottomans are dissolving. All the meanwhile, syndicalism, totalism, and radical socialism are spreading all around the world. 15 years have passed since the end of the Weltkrieg, and the old rivalries of yore have reappeared. A single spark may be all it takes to light the powder keg. I believe I've read that before, but whatever. Other countries will meet again today. So, who will be playing as today? Well, we will be playing as the glorious nation of Bhutan, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Bhutan! No, I'm kidding. We're not going to be playing as Bhutan. We're going to be playing, of course, as the Russian Republic. Now, last series as Iron Romania. Definitely should go watch it if you haven't yet. It's only 5 episodes long. I kept saying that the Russians had an interesting path, if you want to call it like that. The Russian Republic really just has a interesting focus tree, really finished focus tree as well. I believe that's finished. I believe it's not completely finished. I believe they still want to add, hold on, let me first of all stack my entire army and put them into a proper structure. Is that everybody now in the army? Let's go all the way down. Yeah, everybody is in this army. We'll give them a Kornilov. Yeah, sure. Put them on that front. Put them on that front. Now, what was I saying again? I'm not sure, but okay. Eternal peace. Great job, lads. Well, no, everything as per usual, so you can actually see the things. Now, Russia has a lot of problems in this game. First of all, they lost the World War, obviously. But this time they didn't turn communist. Communism is not a thing in Russia. Well, it is, but they generally do not. With the equipment production, what do we need? Oh yeah, we need to hold on before we just waste this time. Infantry equipment. Put everything into infantry equipment. What else do we need? Artillery support equipment, light tank. God damn it. Support equipment. Full artillery, Weltkrieg tanks. Well, surely, like, I'm not going to be building Weltkrieg tanks. Yeah, that's for sure. Don't care that they're actually in my army. There we go. Create like one thing. Delete these. I don't need them. Use my thingy over here. Build one more destroyer, and then we'll be building convoys. There we go. Also, we will start building some what are they called again? Civilian factories. Once I have more civilian factories, troubled history. Okay, here we go. After the October Revolution, various anti-Bolshevik forces started to consolidate all over the former Russian Empire, what led to the massive rebellion against the Soviet Republic, both in Siberia and in the Don and Kuban region steppes. In the middle of 1918, the White forces made considerable gains, but the Red Army was still too strong and well placed, dominating the Russian industrial heartlands and transportation networks. But soon the German Empire, fearing the success of a dangerous ideology, decided to intervene on the behalf of the Whites in exchange for the recognition of the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. By September 1920, both Moscow and Petrograd fell to the White forces, and a new Russian Republic was established in the old imperial capital of Petrograd. For the past 15 years, the leading parties, the Social Revolutionaries and Cadets, have governed in an uneasy coalition under Kerensky, maintaining their power through electoral manipulation and the lack of serious political opposition. But Russia is becoming increasingly unstable, and other political forces are growing, and considering that it is now the time for a change, and considering that it is now time for a change, so that the country may once again assert its power in the world. The Russian Constitution of 1918. We get an event. So, signed in 1918, roughly a year after the fall of Nikolai II, the Russian Constitution defines the country's political institutions. The legislative branch consists of the State Duma, elected every 5 years, and the Senate, consisting of senior nobles, statesmen, and scholars. The executive branch is divided into the office of president, elected every 6 years by the Senate, and the Council of Ministers. The Constitution guarantees freedom and stability. I'm not so sure about that. Peasant unrest. Throughout Russian history, the peasants' living conditions has always been hard, even during periods of peace and prosperity. Even the emancipation reforms of 1861, which led to the abolition of serfdom, did not improve the situation all that much. Local peasants protest against their grim position, as well as landowners' illegal actions were common. We lose. Oh my. Why do we have minus 200 already? Oh, the sound of gunfire rings across the capital. Alexander Kerensky, the president of the Russian Republic, was shot and killed by an assassin while he was climbing the steps to the Senate House. His killer was shot dead by the military police before he could make his escape. His motives will forever be unknown. Regardless, the fate of Russia has been irrevocably changed, for better or worse. We get events. Alexander Kerensky dies, our leader, this dude, dies. This fancy lad. So Granddaddy Kerensky is no more. That's for sure. So there goes Granddaddy Kerensky. President Kerensky is done for. Yeah, that's the focus over here. By the way, this is the focus. I'm going to look into this. But I first want to finish my ramble about what I'm going to do in the series and all that fun stuff. And yeah, and after that I'm going to take a look at the focus tree. So the assassination of President Kerensky. We just read this, come on. But anyways, about the focus tree. We can't do a focus tree before you start screaming at your screen. At your screen that I need screen. Fucking hell. That I have to do the that I have to just pick my focus. I can't pick a focus. The focus tree is really intertwined with what happens in the real world, which I really like. So yeah. As you can see, very big focus tree. And also, if you go down here, there's like the expansion things you can do. You'll switch to Soviet Russia. So we can obviously. But by the way, as you can see right there, we can go ahead and form the Soviet Union. I'm not going to do that though. This is the Russian Republic, not the Soviet Union. Prime Minister addresses in Duma. Oh my. After Kerensky's assassination, the country is still in chaos, although the Duma managed to maintain the mantle of legislative and executive power. The government's control of the apparatus of state is still unstable. In an attempt to restore popular faith in parliament, the Prime Minister today held a speech in the packed Duma, stressing the importance of maintaining both order and civil liberty of all Russian Federation all the Russian Federation citizens. The Duma ensures Russian freedom and Russian greatness. Russia. Boris Sturmer dies, and fucking hell, I need to go ahead and go into What is it called again? Do not disturb on fucking Discord. Okay, here we go. One of Russia's most experienced politicians, Boris Sturmer, has passed away due to heart attack upon hearing the news of Kerensky's assassination. Born in 1848, Sturmer was one of the few people in Russia to remember the Crimean War. He was a symbol of Russia's tradition and continuity. Memento mori. Low party popularity, yeah. Who's currently in charge? Oh, I believe, hold on, social liberals. So, terrible news. Our autonomous region of Alash Orda has decided to use political case on Russia following the assassination of Kerensky to sever almost all ties with Russia and declare independence. While many hotheads and general staff are demanding immediate action, ongoing chaos prevents us from responding to this treachery. It seems that we must let Alash Orda be for now. Alash Orda against Alash Orda autonomy declare independence. Russia moves puppet from. So we don't have a. This was our puppet apparently. Okay. So Edward the 8th. Again, I've read this before last D. So again, like I know I said that I want to read all the events. I'm only going to read the events I've never read before because it's kind of like always the same in this game. Like especially oh fucking hell, words are hard. Especially like fuck, I don't even know what to say anymore. Fuck it. I'm not awake. I'm a little bit tired, but whatever. Also, it's been a little while since I broke my last recording session, so I need to warm up a little bit. So you'll probably start overtime. I'm gonna get better now. Fucking hell. Normally I'm better at this, for fuck's sake. Okay, but anyways. The SR Menshevik coalition outmaneuvered all of its rivals in January. Kreisen have gained an unshakable Duma majority following the submission of the cadets. Chernoff, chief ideology of SR has been successful in pulling the strings, but it is now the time to appoint a prime minister. This is head of government political power. I found it. Oh, it's appointing a prime minister. Oh yeah, prime minister. I thought it was talking about my leader. I mean, I know that all of these are like what you have as a leader, and like I've already gone through most of these. I'm thinking that I'm gonna go with Kornilov. So it's like, where's Kornilov in here? But it's just the It's just the prime minister. That's like a thing over here. Hold on, where is he? Volunteer only, no. Here, prime minister. So stay with the domestic. He's a social democrat. So right now, my most popular faction is the social liberals, which grants head of government market liberals and syndicalists. Yeah, extreme times we need a shot of Bolshevism. Nikolai Bukharin. Gains Vladimir Priest. Enough. Well, what does this do? So in factory. Oh, fuck off. So hold on. With head of government, market labels, backroom backstabber, consumer goods factories, -5%, daily political power. Oh. So just -5% consumer goods factory. Sure, take this dude. Now, I do have to warn that we are going to be... I've tested the game out before. But this game is going to start off pretty rough. First of all, we are so deep in the hole, it's not even funny on infantry equipment. Artillery is also not that good, and support equipment, we're barely building any. So, okay, here we go. So during the Berlin Conference in November 1935, the Germans decided to force us to repay the remaining part of Baltic War indemnities, agreed upon in the Brest-Litovsk Treaty in 1918, 1 year earlier than expected, which has put the government in a delicate position. The current budget for 1936 has already stretched to a bare minimum, and if we are to pay the accursed Teutons, the cabinet sees no and if we are to pay the custodians, the cabinet sees no other alternative than posing harsh austerity measures. The cuts in government spending will be most harshly felt in the social services sector and in the many homes of invalidated war veterans, depending on the state's support. Our citizens are already disgruntled and dissatisfied with the incumbent coalition of cadets. The right is Socialist Revolutionaries United under the even more unpopular President Alexander Kerensky, and it is feared that these austerity measures will bring the still more extreme political groupings onto the political scene. We must increase austerity measures. So, as I said, really low political power. This is, of course, ties in with the stability system this game has. Definite stability, so very low stability already. Hold on, there we go. We're burning already. Black Monday, oh god. Do we get hit by state of the Orthodox Church? The Orthodox Church, in the leadership of the vocal patriarch Kirill, is demanding clarification of the legal status in the Russian Republic. He wants us to pass a constitutional amendment on the issue of our national religion. Also, Christianity is our state religion. We are a modern secular state. The social conservatives. So we get an entire. Oh my! Patriarch Kirill becomes. We are a modern secular state. There we go. Okay, with the rise of the internal center government has granted itself internal police able to actively hunt down the protesters. So we have a national focus. So here we go. Like you can see, I just got that event. Told me that that the government got some power back, and now I can do national focus. They reintroduced the Ukranka, whatever that is. With revolutionary movements active throughout Russia, some members of the Duma are suggesting that it is time for a complete reorganization of the internal police on the basis of the old Tsarist secret police, the Ukranka. To maintain law and order in Russia, this organization will hunt down any radical revolutionary elements and re-educate them to respect the Russian state. Re-educate. Oh yay, that sounds like torture. Up top, everybody claps on torture. Yeah, everybody wants torture. Ah, fucking hell. So, effect on partners was minus 20% and daily political power costs. Whatever that is. The guy on the minion of India. Oh god, not again. Oh. This is an event I've never had before. This one I have had, so I won't read this, but pretty much, just gonna sum it up. In the last war, the World War, the Emirate of Afghanistan declared war on the Dominion of India, took these two provinces over here, and it was very successful. And pretty much the king of Afghanistan is now like, he wants more power, and if he is to win another war against the Dominion of India, he thinks that he will be able to, like, bring his nation together and nobody will have much opposition towards him. But he is kind of a bothead because, as you can see over here, he has 4 to 5 divisions, while the Dominion of India has 13 to 28, and they are in a faction with Canada, Australia, the French Republic, all these little thingies, like whatever this is, Caribbean Federation. Just saying, they're going to lose pretty bad. Okay, so the Communist Fast is the world's leading syndicalist power. Syndicalist nation and united federation of city communes and directed by the Comité de Salut Public, the chief executive ever since its inception. However, the second commune was not uniform in its policy. Numerous factions arose, each one with their own idea of which path France should take as a time for revenge against Germany and the world revolution closes in. The CGT election of 1936 is said to be very important. It was so important in fact that none of the 4 factions could acquire a majority. Much like before the election, a coalition must be found. But how will this change the shape of the communist politics? Only the man in the CSP itself knows. So yeah, there's like travailleurs, anarchistes, jacobins, Sardinians. Now for spill. Oh god. We're already in disaster, lads. This is not going well at all. We are low manpower, of course, because, well, we are on volunteer only. Might be wondering, why am I lining up on the... oh, God damn it. Almost 3 weeks ago, the Berlin Stock Exchange plunged into bottomless depths, throwing Germany's economy into an unprecedented crisis. Now the shockwaves of the crash have reached Russia, Germany and Bohemian-owned companies have closed down or laid off their workers. The Russian ruble is losing value, and resource exports are shrinking. Let's hope the government will save us from the worst. Russia, we gain a thingy, so fucking consumer goods, production efficiency, factory output down, and minus 50 political power. Do I look like I give a fuck about political power? I have minus 772. I'm not gonna get deeper into the whole already game. Fucking hell. Social liberals. Right now the PSR is in charge. Great. Oh yay, remilitarization of Altenia. Let's hope that Iron God Romania will be as successful as in my game. As I did in my game. Probably not though. So that's the National Congress, Kosovo. Hold on, do you have a... no, you don't. Does Bulgaria have a thingy? Yep, they do. Looks pretty interesting. Free strays. Controls Nice. We introduce Okranka, there we go. So that's done. I was just checking out the Bulgarian thing real quick, but whatever. And so yeah, let's go ahead with mechanical computing, which will lower down the research time a little bit. I mean, something like you always want as soon as possible. So yeah. But anyways, by the way, down here, pretty much a fuckfest. Iron God Romania, Serbia, and Kingdom of Greece both have a common enemy, aka the south of Bulgaria. And this will eventually lead to the fourth Balkan War, I believe. General strike. Okay, workers organizations all over Russia have reached the agreement and decided to call for a general strike, even though the reasons response to their initiative has been rather limited so far. It's very possible that more and more workers will join the strike should the situation continue to deteriorate. Damn socialists, fucking hell, mate. Like I just said, very, you can quote me on this, but this is what I said right there. Maklik the cat war Mongolia. Oh yay. War. War never changes. Oh, Turkestan cannot declare war on. Now, why the hell would you do that? Okay, an attempt to negotiate with the striking workers has been made. All political forces in the country closely watch the meeting, and some are hoping that the strike will become an impulse for further reforms in Russia. Stall the negotiations, reach an agreement, but keep the reforms to a minimal. Reach a terror agreement. Two goods factories, 20% for 15 days. Fuck off. Sure, 60 days of thingy. Let's prepare for the bust. I think the worst will probably be a full, like... Yay. Will probably like a full... like what's it called again? Full Soviet uprising. There we go. But anyways, we still don't actually have a new leader. This is for first mention of women's division of deaths. Oh sure, give me that political power. No, I just didn't read it, but some things are... Honestly, reading everything is kind of hard sometimes. The capital. Okay, so either of Russia's historical capitals should become the home of our government. Where should we go? So we can either go to Petrograd, or stay in Petrograd, or go to Moscow. I will go to Moscow, because Moscow is the greatest power in the world. Moscow is very good. Moskva, as you call it. The Arab Congress, there we go. I read that before. Pretty much, again, Axis will... This time there will be an axis of Germany and Italy. There will be an axis of Sultanate of Egypt and Hashemite Arabia, and possibly Persia. I've seen Persia join as well. So what's this? There's a little bit of war going on. here 5-9 and 5-9. So pretty much equally matched, and they have a huge fucking front line, which nobody will be able to take care of. How are these guys doing? Mongolia is losing their war. Unfortunate for them. Maklik apparently is pretty powerful. Yeah. Oh no. That's probably a historical event I don't want to read right now. They're pushing into Heartland Mongolia on the Roman Ungarn von Sternberg. What is a German doing in Mongolia? Why is there a German dude in Mongolia? Hold on, I just know the stats. Oh, apparently I accidentally didn't. Is there like a quick button for this? Oh yeah, pressed N. But anyways, oh, I did not. Oh, I hope that wasn't there for such a long time. But Maklik is pretty powerful, and as Mongolia, I have to take out Maklik before you can like do your. Okay, so the fulfilled striker's demand is gone. Like, yeah, they have this massive focus tree in Festival. You need to like, oh my, 50,000 manpower just out of nowhere. Okay, that's Russian. The Russians are watching. Construction 1. Excavation 1. Get me some of that. Some of those resources. Am I right? I mean, nobody's probably getting. How many am I getting from trade? I got 6 from trade. That's at least something. How about I just move this down a bit? Hold on. What are we not building? Light tanks. What are we even using these tanks on? First of all, delete the ones that we're not using. Cause fuck that. Engineer support. With fire support. Normal divisions. Let me guess. It's like in a cavalry division, so it's like from the military. The tanks. How many divisions are actually using this? 3 divisions are using that template. I need to find those divisions. I just got. Hold on. Let me pause real quick. Okay, so recent military exercises have led to the one irrefutable conclusion: the Russian military is a mess. Oh my god. Sweeping reforms are needed if we are to be taken seriously by our neighbors. Each of our top commanders, both in the army and the navy, has come up with a plan. Their proposals await your consultation. I will have a look. So that's again something my focus tree is intertwined with my national events. So for example, now you can see that we can do this. What path will we go on? So all these, like, you can see that there's 4 of them, and all 4 of them are in line with what are they called? Where is it again? Research, land doctrines. Like, as you can see, there's 4 over here, and there's 4 over here. And for example, here you can get mass assaults, grand battle plan, superior firepower, and mobile warfare. So which will we go for? Superior firepower, grand battle plan, and mass assaults. So grand battle plan and mass assaults are out of the question. I do not like them. Maybe there's a little bit of change in there with Kaiserreich mod. I don't know that. So I'm not gonna go through every fucking doctrine trying to find it out, which would be kind of hard. We automatically gets research bonus for AMO 10, whatever that is. So, what is this? Superior firepower. I think superior firepower will be the best, to be honest. Or no. How about mass assaults? With the whole throwing men at the thingy. Hold on. Maybe it's a little bit of a difference now. Hold on. Mass assault. How? Like, I haven't played this game also. Mass assault. Reinforce rate. Supply grace. Supply mass 10%. It doesn't really matter. Organization +5, max and trenches +10. Mass. Oh my god, I do not like these. Like, they don't give you that much, like, shit overall. Supply consumption. Organization +2. Max planning. Again, planning. Something is really underpowered sometimes. No stacking overwhelming fire. Yeah, I'm gonna go with superior firepower. Throwing shells and not men at the enemy. So yeah, go with superior firepower, which is Satirov's plan. Satirov is a veteran from both the front lines and staff quarters. While not the first choice of our military command, he does have a circle of close allies who all advocate theories of overwhelming firepower, hammering enemy positions with artillery before attacking. Additionally, more initiative and responsibility needs to be given to the officers at the front line. Superior firepower doctrine. There we go. Yes, please. So let's watch Mongolia. And also I believe that these guys are at war with each other, but it's just not much happening, I guess. I mean, they can be at war for the entire game on my part. Like, also, Dominion of India won against Afghanistan and took its 2 lands back. Peshawar and Quetta. There we go. So Tibet and Mongolia are in an alliance. Oh. Yes, you don't care that my political power is low. Make social liberalism more powerful. Mass with motherland. Despite our secular politics, there are still some religious elements within the country that wish well for its future, no matter who is in charge of the government. Yesterday, a small mass was dedicated to the prosperity of our motherland. A harmless yet useful ceremony. Political power plus 20. There we go. Yeah, Siberia. Excellent. Get me some of that more social liberalism. No party popularity. Yay, average party popularity. Medium. It's not high or very high. Very high is like, you get a lot more political power. Reason why I take it is because it's like an investment. Because every one of these gives you more party popularity, which is very nice. Okay, but we're going to have to end this episode, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed, just drop me a like. Leave those comments right down below. It's the more shit like this. Just subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. I was the artist, you were you, and bye bye.